Hi, part 3 of chapter 3. I know I've only just uploaded the second one, but I'm getting one in for tomorrow because I'm at school, so I don't know if I'll upload one. Oh well. Clear for Battlestar National, please, Carl said to the attendant and smiled at me. I'm going to love this. Have you seen Lord of the Rings? Of course, I scoffed. But this is nothing like that. I laughed and he laughed too. The attendant rolled her eyes as she passed in the tickets. He took them and made our way in the doors and to the concession stand. I took off my jacket, stood behind him and waited. My mind drifted to Caleb. I scolded myself. I had never been so smitten in my life. I mean, this was borderline boy crazy. I didn't even remember being like this. With Chad, I felt a little foggy thinking of Caleb. I had an urge to leave right then, head out the door and straight for Carl's, to where I knew Caleb would be. A lump grew in my throat the more I thought about it. My hands twitched at my sides, and I took a deep, steady breath. Kyle looked back at me and frowned. Don't think about him, I told you. What's happening to me? It's just new, it'll fade, he grimaced some. You both keep saying that. What does that mean? Just stop, okay? Don't think about him and you'll be fine, he said, irritated. He turned to place our order and handed me a drink while he squirted butter on our huge bucket of already pretty yellow popcorn. We started towards the theatre and I heard someone call Carl's name from behind us. I groaned as I turned, thinking it was guys from school, but it wasn't. I'd never seen these guys before. There were 6 of them, and they were all black-haired and tall. Carl groaned beside me, so I didn't feel much better. Jacobson, the guy said, lilting and sardonically, I don't even know. What brings you out? Oh, I see, he said, like he hadn't seen me already. I raised an eyebrow at him as his eyes perused me openly, I don't know. My, I do see. Hello. Alright, Marcus, enough, Carl barked, and I balked at his tone. What? I only said hello. So, Carl, you're breaking your clan's rules now? I always knew you were a rebel at heart. What movie are you seeing? Not interested in adding to our group, thanks. He tried to turn us, but Marcus grabbed my arm. I felt I had another jolt, and for just a second I worried I was imprinting with someone else. But I realised that was the last thing I was doing. My veins screamed in protest, and my skin burned hot on my arm. My body was warning him, my blood, however it worked. Disguised intentions were not to keep me safe, and the imprint reacted. He released my arm with a curse, like I shocked him. He and his group eyed me with wide, scared eyes, and something else, anger. She's I'm sorry. She's your significant? Impossible! Not mine, she belongs to Caleb. Now back off. She's human. She's what, 15? 17, I butted in annoyed. Impossible, he repeated, but this time he growled it, and I stepped back, Carl pulling me behind him. Don't freak out, you'll call Caleb and all hell will break loose. Breathe, he told me quietly, and waited for me to take a deep breath, then turned back to Marcus. Back off. You know now that Caleb's imprinted. It'll only be a matter of time until he gets his ascension. You're not stupid enough to mess with his girl, are you? Marcus, let's go, one of the guys said behind him. Enough already. For now, human, he spat and eyed me evilly before they moved on. One guy hissed at me. Hissed! I shook my head. What was that? Bad news. Crap, why tonight? They're a rival clan. They haven't been imprinting for a while either. This will definitely stir up the pot now that they know about you. Why is everyone so hard-pressed today? I don't get it. So you don't find your soulmate? There are tons of single people out there. It's not like you can't live that way. No, you don't get it. Wait. He looked around and pushed the door open, taking us to the very back to sit down. See, if we don't imprint with anyone, we don't ascend. If we don't ascend, we don't get our abilities. It's not just about being single. This is our whole life, our heritage, being an ace, protecting our family, having the powers to do that. But without finding our mate, we can't do that, and it's crippling our clans, making us vulnerable. The weight of what he'd been trying to tell me hit me like a ton of bricks. That's what Caleb meant when he said I was special. This was a big deal. No one had invented in years. Caleb was the first one, and his kind in Caleb was the first one of his kind in a long time, and they were going to make a fuss about this, good or bad, and I was stuck in it with no way out, but wasn't sure I wanted to. The screen blinked with advertisements for concessions and went straight into the movie preview. I settled back in my seat and tried not to think about Caleb. Whenever I did, I felt a zing in my chest, an ache, but a pleasure as well. It was all very confusing and frustrating. While I sat and pretended to watch a movie, my mind was somewhere else, on a blue-eyed, brown-haired boy, and though it made me feel anxious, his heartbeat coming to me in waves and pulses that harder, I thought to stay in my seat. I did it anyway. I thought about that boy, a boy that apparently now belonged to me. And that's the end of chapter 3. Yeah, I don't know when I'll upload the next bit. Oh well, bye.